friends, we're live. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, and it is Horror Talk. Everyone, welcome. We are so glad to see you. We are so glad you're here. We definitely are excited for tonight because tonight we have a special guest. We have DT Carney over here. He is an actor. And DT, how many horror movies have you been in?
Probably 40s, in the 40s.
In the 40s. So yeah, he's done quite a few. He's done quite a few movies and specializing in horror. He's done mostly horror, right? Mostly.
My favorite. Yeah, it is. It's my favorite genre.
Ours too.
So definitely, we hope that if you have questions, you're throwing them at us in the chat. Hail Lothar D, I see you, buddy. Good to see you. Welcome.
Hail everybody in the chat.
Yes,
thanks for joining us.
And Brian, do you have any questions for DT off the cuff?
Not off the cuff. I had a hellacious day, and my brain is basically tapioca pudding at the moment. So I'm afraid you're going to have to do the heavy lifting for this one, my friend.
Bummer.
Sorry.
I'm sure when his brain gets going, he'll zap me with some.
Yeah. I mean, we already bonded over the fact that DT noticed the Night Train to Terror poster in the background. So, and Night Train to Terror. I'm sorry, DT. Could you?
It's a must see. It's a must see.
It is. And trust us, folks. Hunt that down. I think it was released on Blu-ray recently, if I'm not mistaken.
God. That I did not know.
Yeah. So check that out, and good luck getting the title song out of your head.
To this day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look it up on YouTube. And it's you're gonna be driving yourself crazy. You're gonna hate me for like steering you towards it.
There's another movie that's got a song that's similar that sticks with you. Remember Terror Train? Oh, not Terror Train. Graduation Day. That Gangsta Rock song.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Over and over. Yeah, that's another one. Oh. Whew.
Seriously, whoever wrote those songs would be very good at commercial jingles.
Commercial jingles, there's a lot of money in that. There really is.
Oh, tons, I would imagine. But, of course, the job isn't to write necessarily good music. It's to write something that's just going to stick in your head and just go on repeat and just drive you crazy.
Right. I am posting DT's IMDb into the chat in case anybody wants a copy of that link and check him out on IMDb.
You mean I didn't have to go Google it before?
Did you go Google it?
Of course I did.
Oh, well, good for you.
Simon comes prepared, yo. Always bringing his A game.
Excellent. Well, why don't we see let's ask this question. So, what is the most recent horror movie, DT, that you've been working on that you sent me one of the links of?
The most recent one I just wrapped was Camp Terror with director Sam Winters and producer Casey Case. Great. This director Sam Winters, he is a astute slasher 80s type guy. He's younger than me, but he's, because of DVD and all that, he was actually just knows the formula for the slasher. So, he knew Camp Terror, a bunch of kids go in the woods, kids get high, kids die, isn't nothing new. But he did make it effects laden, just no CGI, all practical effects by Rob Vargas. I don't know if you guys know him. He's fantastic effects artist. So, and it's got, I believe, 29 kills in it.
Wow.
So, damn. That's a hefty body count.
Woo! You know it. A lot of stunt fighting, it's pretty cool film, man. I would have liked it.
Well, let's watch the trailer for it.
Okay, yeah, great.
That sounds good.
Not rated.
Always a good sign.
Yeah.
Looks fun.
A lot of screaming. A lot of screaming.
Always need ladies with good lungs for these films.
Oh yeah, we had them. We had the main actress Madison Simpson. Unbelievable. Girl could do stunts. She was just tough. That girl was tough. And the girl that played the sheriff, Reese Eldridge, her birthday today. Happy birthday, Reese. Yeah. So I had a lot of fun on that one.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, it was giving me a little bit of a Madman Morris flashback. The look of one of the killers.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another one with a song. Ding 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 ding. The Madman Morris. Ding ding ding.
And then the one the guy says around the campfire. Remember?
Yep.
Yeah, that stuff is just classic. Classic.
Yeah,
Sam made it along those lines of an 80s. It's got an 80s feel to it. A lot of good deaths. A lot of pretty cool deaths. We filmed that. I work there every year. Is at Hobbs Grove down in Sanger.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be one of the greatest haunted house attractions there is. It's
you filmed it at Hobbs Grove.
A lot of it, yeah. My buddy Chris Geezer runs it down there, and a good friend of mine, Laura Callahan, owns it. And it's an incredible place. If you've never gone, it's right there in Sanger, and it's on acres and acres of land. They have a haunted hayride, a haunted house, a haunted forest, and man.
Wow.
It's actually really cool. I actually worked there one Halloween. I split the shifts between helping a friend do makeup and actually like working as a haunter. So we basically were scaring the crap out of people like full time. It was like what you did there. It was awesome.
I go back every year because of the way they just best people I've ever worked for in my life. They're all about changing it up every year. They change it. Good. There's an atmosphere for families, and there's the atmosphere for like big scares. So it's an awesome place.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Sid used to be there signing autographs all the time too. I'm going to miss him. He's not going to be there this year for sure. That's because he can't be. Sid.
He had a house here in Fresno.
Yeah. I ran into him all the time, man. It was crazy.
I saw him like 2 weeks before he passed, and it was a sad one. What a great guy. I mean,
yeah, he was an amazing dude. He was really an amazing dude. Yeah,
so nice to everybody. I mean, and he was funny. He had a really cool sense of humor.
He was hilarious. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Ed Haig.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had Philip Friedman from The Conjuring or whatever it was last year. They usually have people. They've had Eileen Dietz from The Exorcist, and they have people do signings up there. It's awesome.
That's cool. They go all out, huh?
Yeah, they do. I mean, she changes it yearly. Most people, hey, we'll just leave it up again this year. Nah, she's not happy with that. Laura Callahan, she changes it every year, makes it a different experience every year.
Yeah, awesome. Because people who went the previous year have to be startled the current year, so they change it up so that you don't know what to expect. And
repeats. I see a lot of repeats. People coming back year after year after year. Yeah.
I mean, it is. I mean, it's. I mean, if you've done a lot of haunted houses and haunted, forests, that kind of stuff, it's not terrifying. You know what I mean? But no matter how many you've been through, you're still going to get at least one jump scare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at least one. I mean, because there's people in there who do nothing but look for that person who acts like they're not going to get scared, and they try to scare that person, and it's effective.
Oh, they'll get you at least a few times.
Oh,
Yep.
that's great. That's great. So they know they could pick out like the hard nuts to crack, and they were just like, "We're gonna get that dude."
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
Yeah, trust me, the hard nuts to crack are easy to spot.
Yeah, yeah.
I went through a few years ago. I went through, before I worked, and like you said, I'm looking at the trees because man, this thing's in trees, this thing's on the ground, and I was like cool with a lot of the stuff, and then I went through a graveyard and I looked at it, and I saw like a statue of a lady, some graves and stuff. I said, all right, there's nothing here I can see. And when I went by, the statue touched me. It was this skinny girl painted to look like stone. Oh God. And she stayed perfectly still until I walked by and she grabbed me. So
that's awesome, man.
That's what you got to expect over there.
Yeah.
I really admire like the creativity and the dedication of the people that do like the really good haunted houses, because they're just from talking to them, that it's something that they're passionate about, and even though it's
she's cutting edge. She had this year. She had a classroom with a kid bent over the desk with a pencil stuck in his neck, and it looked like a classroom that got maybe a school shooting or a slaughter. So when you back away from that, there's a chalkboard, but the chalkboard has people come through it. You think
that's great. That's great.
Unbelievable. The planning that goes on there it's just insane. You gotta go. October, everybody get down to Sanger, California.
Yeah,
Hobbs Grove.
Hobbs Grove. They have a haunted house / mansion and a haunted forest. They have both.
They have a haunted hayride too. That's cool.
The haunted hayride is pretty cool. It actually is. It's usually a bunch of screamers. So you want to make sure that you get on there with a bunch of high school girls, because that makes it more fun. Because that's when the real screamers. You know what I mean? They just, and it's funny. It's if you don't have any screamers, the hayride is not as fun. It's just
right. Oh, that's classic. Yeah. It's I know that now there's been a trend to make haunted houses more extreme, and there's certain people that have taken it to a level that's, frankly, I think bordering on criminal, or certainly dangerous. I'm not sure if you guys know what I'm talking about, but there's certain
kind of waiver and everything.
Yeah, exactly. And they put you through the ringer. In like in a bad way, like they'll just like tie you up, duct tape your mouth, and but there's some people who get off on that. So who am I?
I'll pass.
Yeah, I'll pass. Not my idea of fun.
30 years ago.
Hi, Amber.
Hi.
How you doing, Amber?
Good. How are you guys?
Amber, that's a DT. And
better now that you're here.
Brian and Sim.
Yes.
Let's see here. So tell us about your fan film for Friday the 13th at Camp Crystal Lake.
That one's directed by Ricky Bird of Hectic Films. I worked with him numerous times. I just worked with him and Kelly Maroney from Night of the Comet recently. Nice. And Ricky is an award-winning filmmaker. I keep going back to him because he's one of the most down-to-earth guys you'd ever meet. Just jeans, hat, T-shirt type of guy. But we shot that, I believe, where Justified, the series, was shot. There was an old camp down there. And we just shot that in one night. We just basically did it as a homage to Friday the 13th and a little Halloween thing. And it was fun, man. I got to throw the machetes around and axes. It was cool. And, of course, I love Jason Voorhees. So it was – and I'm 6'5", like 240, 245. And so it was a good fit. I mean, it wasn't like you see some of the fan films, Jason's like 5'3",
Yeah. You want somebody that looks like a bruiser.
Yeah.
For that part, for sure. Yeah. Sort of physically intimidating.
So why don't we give the link a gander here? Let's see.
Yeah, let's do that. You got it. Yeah, there you go. Warning.
Isn't it supposed to be kill, 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 kill?
I thought it was like kill, kill, kill.
Yeah, it's kill, kill, kill. Laugh, laugh.
We can't hide.
Did you know that a young boy drowned the year before those two others were killed? The counselors weren't paying any attention. They were making love while that young boy drowned. His name was Jason. But I couldn't let them open this place again. Could I? Not after what happened. My only child. Jason. You drowned. You never paid any attention. What you did to him. Look what you did to him.
After we finish this joint, we need to go find Mr. K.
Fuck him. He'll probably kill us anyways.
Dude, people have been killed here. That's why they shut this place down.
No. After this joint, we're gonna go skinny dipping. In the famous Crystal Lake.
Mr. K! Holy fuck! Oh my god! Mr. K!
I am Jason. You see, Jason is my son, and today is his birthday.
Happy birthday, Jason.
Nice. That was fun.
Yeah, it was one night. The girls were awesome. Erica Ray and Jessica Noble. They like fit the bill perfectly, and they overacted on purpose.
Yeah.
And Ricky put the VHS lines in it. And there is there's an unrated version of that where they show everything on his Hectic Films short films DVD. I think you can get it at hecticfilms.com. It's got 3 or 4 of his short films, and that's like an Easter egg special feature, but it's got all the nudity and all that in it for those who like that stuff.
Oh, well, that wouldn't be us.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all. Not
I'm
at
wondering
all.
who doesn't like that.
Kind
I
of
don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know, yeah.
Yeah.
We plead the fifth on that one. But no, that was,
I have absolutely no nudity ever in my books. Never.
He totally has plenty of nudity in his books.
That was a lot of fun. Filming people weren't supposed to.
Yeah. So what would you say was the favorite of the movies to work on that you worked on?
I had an absolute blast on The Devil Inside. That came out, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago. It was #1 at the box office for a weekend. I had a blast when I played a detective in it, and we were in this real house. I guess the guy was a hoarder. The house is just insane. And a priest had been killed. We were called in. We were right at the beginning of the film, but man, the cast and everybody, we did more fooling around, having fun, laughing, joking, and it was just one of those sets that was just kismet. Everybody got along great. I had a blast on that one.
That was in 2012, right?
Was it? Yeah. Was it? It was. I said 5. Maybe it was like 8. I'm trying to hold on to my youth,
like us all, brother. Like us all.
I also got to work with Don Coscarelli of Phantasm fame.
Yeah, man.
I worked on his film John Dies at the End. I did some stunts in that. I played a refugee that got eaten by a big spider, a bunch of spiders. He can't be any nicer. That guy is really cool. He's got a different way of thinking. If you look at his films, they're just not copies of anything. They're original films. They're his, that was that.
I was gonna ask you about working with Don Coscarelli because I'm like a huge fan since I was like a little boy, and saw Phantasm for the first time, and of course it blew the top of my head off. And I actually had a chance to meet Don at a screening of Phantasm when the 4K restoration came out at the Yonkers Alamo Draft House. And this was just a cool experience because he was there. He was signing his book called True Indie, and he stayed like late and signed, made sure everybody got some time, signed every book. But it was just there was this one great moment where you've seen a movie 100 times, you're like, okay, I know when to go to the bathroom if I have to, right? And so I came out, and he was sort of pacing around, and I was just like, yo, Don, what's up, man? Right? We fist bumped and everything. And he looked at me, and he was just like, how's it going? And I was like, how do you think it's going? It's Phantasm. Most of the people in there are fans already, but it just impressed me that he was still like concerned, do they like it? What a wonderful guy. Like very, very humble.
If you ever see him at conventions, he's always taking time with people. He actually is like the type of person that said, if it's not for these people, I wouldn't be around. He's a great director too. Very, very humble, very soft spoken. We had a stunt to do. I had to flip in this big hole, and of course, I have to make it as hard as possible because I'm getting in this movie. And even the stunt guy said, "Dude, relax." I was trying to walk it on, But yeah, I got to meet Reggie. I actually had Reggie at my house.
Nice.
Him and his wife Gigi, really another one. Reggie, I think the whole Phantasm crew and Don's kind of the people he surrounds himself are just very down to earth people. Yeah, I got to work with Reggie, do some scenes with Reggie, and
that's great.
Yeah, it's weird because when I was in Boston, when I grew up, there was a theater. You get 2 movies for $1.50, and they always specialized in double bills, like the Omega Man and The Exorcist, or some weird. But I've seen Gates of Hell on the big screen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got to see the Evil Dead, Dawn of the Dead. The original was at a midnight showing, and we used to go to that all the time and get a buzz on, go in there, and everybody's yelling and talking, and it was like an animal. It was fun. So I got to see a lot of these movies on the big screen. Phantasm, I actually saw it at drive-in when it came out.
Wow.
Yeah. And then to think I would actually work with the guy and all that, it's just, it's wild. It's mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I'm a huge Phantasm movie fan. Those are the ones that like you said, it's really original. But I mean, the ways that he decides to kill the people are usually unexpected. You see it coming, you think it's coming, and then you're surprised, and you're like, "How did I get surprised again?" You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
Yep.
He's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's last time I talked to him was like a year or 2 ago, and he was talking about a Baba Nosferatu.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Bruce Campbell doesn't want to do it. Yeah, which I can kind of understand because I don't think that Bubba Hotep needs a sequel. I think Bubba Hotep is such a wonderful, special little movie. I wish that Don would do something else. John dies at the end was fantastic. That's for sure.
Dude,
but
Hotep.
Yeah. What was that? What was that, Simon?
I love Bubba Hotep. I got the deluxe edition.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. That's just a very special movie. Beastmaster, of course. That's another one that he's really famous for. He was going to do some mainstream movies. At least I know he started work on Silver Bullet, but he and Dino De Laurentiis evidently didn't get along. So he's a guy who's like stayed indie like his entire career.
It would have been a different movie, huh? If Don directed that.
Oh my God! It would have been not that it's a bad movie, but it would have been better. It would have been a Don Coscarelli movie. Yeah, it's a thrill when you get to meet like childhood heroes like that, and then they just turn out to be awesome people. Another thing about Don too is, dude is big. He's like Romero. He was like Romero, like just like a big old dude.
Gentle giant.
Yes, and a hugger too.
Yeah.
Which I am as well. So we got a little bro hug time.
Oh yeah, he's definitely just a wonderful person.
Yeah, sweetheart.
More like that out there.
Horror people in general, in my experience, are the sweetest, kindest people out of all the fandoms, right? And I'm talking about
very few douchebags.
Very few douchebags. And I'm talking about the different fandoms, comics, Star Trek, Doctor Who. Like you name the fandom, horror fans are always just like the sweetest people, man.
Yeah.
And I think it's because
they probably get the freak out pretty easy. That's why they.
Well, like Bruce Campbell said, he'll be like at a convention signing, and this guy will come up and he'll be like a really big dude with tattoos and piercings and everything, and then he'll be like too shy to like look him in the eye.
Yeah, I've seen some people just get like starstruck with people. It's funny.
Yeah. That's only happened to me once when I met Barbara Steele.
You know what? I met her 5-6 years ago. Sweetheart. What a nice lady.
I know. I know.
Yep, her and Carolyn Monroe, but they don't age. They're beautiful.
Yeah, I know.
Great.
I know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I got a black sun poster sign. Yeah. I don't care. I was
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of geeky over her.
The guy's in a wheelchair.
Like, there's the portrait
Oh yeah.
that she signed for me, and I got another
that's-
one on another wall over there. You can. And yeah, it was it was funny because we were talking, and she was busy. She's like signing autographs and everything, and I don't get starstruck easy because I just treat people like people, right? Call them by their first name and everything, and she was like busy like signing something for somebody, and I said like, oh, I was like heartbroken to learn that you were married, and she was like, I'm not married. Where'd you hear that? And I said, oh, the internet. And of course I believe everything that I read on the internet. And she smiled and she looked up at me with those cat eyes, and I was like,
That was your chance, Brian. You should have right then and there.
I know. I blew it, brother. I blew it.
She threw the door wide open. You
I
know
know.
what
I know.
She's
I blew it.
telling you she was single.
I know. I know. I blew
She was
it.
looking for that dinner invite, man. She was looking
I
for that
did.
dinner invite.
I did get a hug though, and I told her like now I can tell my grandchildren that I held Barbara Steele in my arms.
Oh. There it is. Well, it wasn't a total waste of the day. Then you
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah. She was very nice. I didn't know how she was either. You know.
Well,
super nice.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, you never know. But they say never meet your heroes, and and in my experience, that's not the case. But then again, that's because I'm a horror fan, and like I said, horror people just seem like they're just like they're I don't know, softies.
My buddy met one of his horror guys, and the guy ended up being a complete douchebag, and I was there with him, and this guy's gone to Afghanistan 3 times, so he's a hero to me, my buddy. And the way he was being treated, I kind of told this Hollywood celebrity he was a fucking asshole, and that was that. But besides that, we've had nothing but good. 2 people were just kind of, they shouldn't be out there doing that. If they don't want to be there and they don't want to meet fans, they shouldn't be there doing it.
Absolutely.
And I'm the type of, I like telling them to their face. I don't know why, but I do. I like letting them know it.
I think it has to do with the fact that the horror movie is technically like a bit like a part of the indie side of the movies.
Yes.
So I've noticed that it's kind of a humble type of beginning, like the indie field. It was the same thing with experimental movies. Like the beginning of Star Wars and stuff like that. It was more humble and became something else, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, one of the guys, he had a TV series on. It wasn't really horror; it was kind of sci-fi, but it was like 30 years ago. Are you serious? You're gonna act like that when your last thing was like 30 years ago? You should be embracing people. You should be up down. My God.
Yeah.
My horror hero to me, you know who it is. It's Carpenter. I love that guy.
Hail John Carpenter.
Every goddamn
huge
movie.
fan. Yeah, childhood hero of mine too.
He never really even did a bad movie. Really, if you look at all his movies, they're great.
Ghost of Mars and the Village of the Damned remake.
Ghost of Mars was kind of good. It was weird, but it was not like he had a really small budget to do what he pulled off. That's what I'm saying.
When you look at all the classics that he produced, oh my God. Right? Assault on Precinct 13, classic. Halloween, classic. Escape from New York,
Vampires.
classic. Big Trouble in Little China, classic. Vampires, not classic, but kick-ass. Right?
I love Vampires.
Me too.
Dude, he didn't. Yeah, I was gonna say others, but I kind of blanked out now. Dude, there's so many that
They Live. Prince of Darkness.
I like one of my favorites is In the Mouth of Madness.
Oh, In the Mouth of Madness. Movie. I showed that to a friend recently, and he loved it to pieces. That's the thing is I worry about people like Dario Argento when their their portion of crappy movies starts to outweigh their portion of classics, right? Like I wish that Dario had thrown in the towel a long time ago, because he's just embarrassing himself now. And I understand, it's just like he's a filmmaker, it's what he does, he's doing his thing. He doesn't want to just like, sit on his butt, I guess, but it's just, then you tell people like, oh, you need to check out Dario Argento, and they're like, oh man, that guy sucks. And you find out that they've watched, The Card Player, or that horrible 3D Dracula that he did instead of Suspiria or Inferno or Phenomena or any of those other classics. So, Carpenter, as far as I'm concerned, did like 2 poor movies out of that vast body of work that is incredible.
So-
everybody whiffs at the plate every now and then.
I mean, the only one that I didn't really enjoy out of Carpenter was the last one, and that's when he left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you did leave one important Carpenter movie off the list. How Gargoyle's pointing it out.
The Thing. There's also Christine. I love Christine.
Christine. Oh man, that's Christine has aged very well. The Thing, of course. The Thing, of course, his best movie, as far as I'm concerned, and he feels that way too. That The Thing is his masterpiece, and of course, bombed at the box office, horrible reviews, and it's achieved a classic status without a doubt.
So, DT, tell us about Moon of the Blood Beast.
Oh boy, yeah. Director Dustin Ferguson. This guy is just incredible story. He came from the Midwest, saved some money, came out to California with not too much money in his pocket. Wanted to direct. This kid is like a Roger Corman. He is banging out movies like crazy. I mean, he's just like, woo! I've already done like 6 movies with him. I'm actually doing one in 2 weeks with him for TV. It's a TV movie called The Beast Beneath. It's a made-for-TV sci-fi, like the old schlocky sci-fi. The earthquake wakes up a beast, basically, one of those deals. And my character, here's one for you guys. You get a laugh out of this. My character's name is Sheriff Brackett. Yeah. So, there's a little homage to Halloween there. But, yeah, great. Moon of the Blood Beast was, I worked with Mike Ferguson in that. And that was a cool little throwback movie, like a 70s type movie. I did LA Shock Attack with him. That's coming out soon. Axe Grinder 2. So
let's give the Moon of the Blood Beast trailer a real quick look.
All right.
I don't like your type of movie spots. A small coastal town is gripped with fear. I don't like your type of movie spots.
His roommate Lewis went for a jog in the park last night and never came home.
It's David. It roams the countryside looking for sacrifices.
Becky!
Where are you?
There's no beast out there killing people. It was an accident. Case closed. Or when the moon turns red, you'll end up dead. Moon of the Blood Beast.
Nice. Looks like a drive-in trailer.
Had a blast on it. The cast, another thing that Dustin does, his crew, just great. Everybody gets along there. There's no diva bullshit. There's no gossip stuff. Everybody just has a good time, eats together. He cranks them out. I really like working for the guy. He's very respectful guy. I know for a fact him and I politically don't get along that good, and he overlooks that. I've lost so many jobs because of my politics, I guess. And it's like, if you're right for the pot, you're right for the pot, If I'm not right for a pot, great, I get it. But if I'm right for the pot, you don't hire me, or you say, hey, you go out of your way to tell me you're not going to hire me because of politics, I think that's shitty.
It's
But
bullshit.
I'm not going to get into that in your show. I don't want to. This is about horror. That is a horror show for me. But
well, it's unprofessional too. You look at like John Carpenter and Kurt Russell, right? Those guys are at opposite ends
Yep.
when it comes to their politics, but they're like close friends. And you can hear like that familiarity between them, like on their audio commentaries, right? Because of course I'm a huge Big Trouble in Little China fan. Had to listen to the audio commentary for that. Oh hey, talking about each other's kids and everything like that. It's just like people don't know how to. We're just living in a time where it's just like people can't separate these things.
Yeah, I believe everybody's opinion counts. Everybody,
Sure.
You got to listen. And then, like you said, friendship should precede any type of thing
Absolutely.
like that.
Absolutely.
Speaking of Dustin, I've got another movie of his coming up. It's a big one called Hell of the Screaming Undead. I'm going to be working with Clint Howard on that one.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
Love me some Clint Howard.
I met him once, man. That guy's. I met him once briefly. Real nice. I'm very excited to kind of be working with him on that one. But
I'm just
Dustin's movies. They're really cool. They don't take themselves real serious, and I love working with the guy. He's just a fun guy to work with.
Oh, that's awesome! I'm looking at the poster right now, and it's a total homage to the Gates of Hell / City of the Living Dead Lucio Fulci poster. That's great.
I did Tales from the Campfire 3 with him, and the poster for that is like a mock-up of Return of the Living Dead 3 with the Mindy Clark with the it was like that.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Now that he is the horror fanatic. The guy just loves horror.
You said
sounds like our kind of a guy.
You said you're also doing a movie with Ferguson called Los Angeles Shark Attack.
We that's already wrapped. Yeah, it should be coming out. Mike Ferguson, he's in a lot of Dustin's movies. He's a very intense method actor. He's from Boston too. It's weird. We're both from Boston, came out here, but I didn't know him in Boston. But he's great actor. Great actor. Very intense guy.
Well, let's get the trailer for that since we have.
All right.
Here.
It's DJ Carter B with you. Friday morning in LA. But before I drop the tunes, I got another bombshell to drop. Another victim. Somebody help them!
At 6 o'clock will be the wine tasting, followed by the Mr. Muscle contest, which I'll be judging, of course.
It's a prime location.
Man, did you hear there was another shark attack?
What was that? Probably because it was SWAT.
How about that money shot?
That bitch is mine.
You, Dad.
Jumping soon.
Excellent.
Did you see Mel Novak in there? Did you notice Mel Novak in there?
Yep.
Yeah, he's worked on a bunch of classics. Yeah, I just did a film with him, director. I don't know. You guys must know Michael Rodriguez. I did a film, Last American Horror Show 2, and Mel was in that. I got to meet him. Very nice man.
That's awesome.
That's my other movie hero.
Who's that?
Rodriguez.
Different Rodriguez.
Robert Rodriguez, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is
he's about Michael. That's Rodriguez.
Michael Rodriguez.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got an upcoming horror movie I'm in called Lake of Shadows coming out anytime now. It's about a lake up in Fresno, Avocado Lake, that has a ton of drownings all the time. You can look it up. They're like a million drownings up there. So he did a movie about that, like what's going on, and it's pretty cool. I did a scene with Michael Wainwright. He's another real intense actor. So yeah, Lake of Shadows should be out, I would say, within a month or two. I know they'd be doing a big premiere soon. So that's a cool. If you like I like the Creature of the Black Lagoon. This is kind of Lake of Shadows.
Oh,
I don't know, give it away, but it's a cool got a lot of good underwater shots.
Oh, that's awesome. I just can we get a little peek at that shirt? I'm a huge Creature fan too. There we go. Hell yeah.
I just watched all 3 back to back on Blu-ray the other night.
Oh, the second one's
funny. A lot of people. I was just going to say the second one. A lot of people don't notice that Clint Eastwood's in
Yeah, he's in that, and he's also in Tarantula. But in Tarantula, he's like the jet pilot, so he's wearing like the oxygen mask, so you can't really see him. But yeah, no, you could spot him in a Return of the Creature. Yeah, I love those movies.
I do too.
Yeah, still like my out of all of the classic Universal monsters, the best creature effects.
Oh, I haven't seen, all these movies they come out with now too. It's like the creature just doesn't look at even that. You look at that from back then, it's incredible.
It is. It is.
Yeah. My God. Yeah. I got to meet Julie Adams before she passed away, and
oh, no kidding.
That was super cool. I got to talk to her a little bit about her experience on the film. So that was awesome.
That's cool. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I got another one I probably drop on you. It's kind of horror related. I play the Zodiac Killer in this.
What's the title of that one? Is it the Machine Gun Baby one?
No, this one's called Zodiac Killer Trap. It's
you didn't send that one to me.
I don't think there's a trailer yet because the network owns all the rights to all the stuff. I sent like some pictures and things like that, but I just wrapped on that recently about 4 months ago. I think that's going to Netflix or Reels channel. One of those has got it, and it's pretty cool. It's graphic, and it's from another angle. I guess a movie came out in '71, I believe, called The Zodiac Killer.
Mm-hmm.
And according to that director, when he showed the film at his theater for like a week, the ticket girl said the composite sketch of the guy, she said, this guy's coming every night watching this movie. So and I guess this really happened, and he tried to catch the Zodiac Killer at the theater, and a whole bunch of stuff that I never knew that happened, and it's really cool. You got to see it. I had a ball on that one, man. Yeah, I got to play the Zodiac Killer, so it was,
that's awesome.
Love is shooter. Yeah, it was good. It should be out probably, I think, in the fall. They said probably in the fall. Netflix or Reels channel. One of those networks got it.
Very cool. Very cool. So what's a Familiar Spirit about?
Oh, that was director Ricky Bird of Hectic Films. That, I guess, is based on some reality about a house that had a hard time keeping occupants in it. And this young couple, I believe, rents the home saying, whatever, and they run afoul into some crazy stuff. There's a demon in it. And the guy that played it, his name's Lionel Washington. He's like 6'8". He's a tank. And he's like the most on earth, nicest guy. It's so weird to see this big, just massive guy. And he's like so soft spoken. He's like totally, thank God I'm on this. This is such an opportunity. He's like so cool. I just finished a movie with him that's winning all sorts of awards right now. Just won the New York Film Festival, Los Angeles Film Festival, Las Vegas Film Festival, to name a few. It's called Booze, Broads, and Blackjack. It's a mob movie with Vincent Pastore from The Sopranos in it.
That's a Hectic Films too, right?
Yeah, I know that's not horror, but I just figured, man, that movie is blowing up.
That's awesome.
They flew me out to New York to the premiere, and I got to see it. And I got to say, good movie. It kept my interest the whole time. Because I was on set for like 4 days, didn't know the whole gist of the film, and I got to see it. Man, I was very happy. I'm very happy to be in it. Yeah, it was a good one.
When you're making a film, do you generally have a feeling if it's going well or if it's going poorly, like in terms of like the end result? I mean, do you have
the worst judge.
Yeah,
I am the worst. I'll be on things saying, "Oh my God, what a piece of shit this is going to be," and it's really good. Where I've said, "Oh man, this one's going to be good," and I'm like taking it off my resume.
So the answer to that would be no.
I'm horrible at it. Some people can do it. Some people can call it. But I mean, I'm sure. Like I talked to Barbara O'Day from Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
I talked to her. She said she had no idea. She thought it was just going to be some like art project, some class, like high school movie. She didn't see anything with it. She liked her part and all that, but look at that movie. Holy moly. I saw that on the big screen when I was like 12 in Boston. Yeah. My favorite memory of that movie is I saw it in the wintertime. Saw about a 5 o'clock showing, and the dentist next door said, "What are you going to see trash like that for?" And then I went in there, and when I came out, it was dark out because it got dark early in the winter. And I remember I could walk the street home, or I could take the shortcut through the train yard. And I took the shortcut and ran and ran and ran.
Scared the living shit out of me the first
was
time
like
I saw
12.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And I saw it on television, and I did what I always did with horror movies. I turned off the lights, I lit some candles, I was hanging out, and the next thing I knew, about like 20 minutes into the movie, 30 minutes in or so, I started turning lights on. And then about like 45, 50 minutes into the movie, I started like looking out the window.
Yeah.
Did not sleep a wink until dawn.
You know what one got me on TV as a kid was obviously Trilogy of Terror, the little doll.
Oh yeah, traumatized a generation.
Doll. And then another one that was on TV, Channel 56 in Boston was pretty ahead of its time and showed some good stuff. But they showed Black Sabbath, Mario Bava's movie. Oh man, that woman when the lady took the ring, I think it's called The Drop. Holy moly! I couldn't get that lady out of my thoughts. And I look at it now, I got the Italian version. You can tell it's like a mannequin being pulled on a pulley. But
that's the thing that's so interesting about the Blu-rays, right? Is that the detail is so extreme that you look at the movies in a new light. And I understand why some people, for instance, they want that muddy old VHS version of Night of the Living Dead. They don't want the my attitude is always like, I want both. Why not put them both on a disc, right? Like Lucio Fulci's Zombie. There's a moment in that where there's this close shot of a zombie, and you can see like a little piece of gauze sticking out from underneath the makeup, right? And it makes it feel less like a horror film, a little bit more like a fantasy, which is okay. But then I remember after that came out, my friends and I going to the Alamo Draft House to see a muddy, scummy print of that movie that that looked toe up, that obviously had played in like some 42nd Street grindhouse. And and they brought in the cans and everything, old school celluloid, and they ran that sucker, and oh man, the audience was like so happy.
No gauze there, you can't see it. Like Dawn of the Dead, the original, I can't watch it on Blu-ray because you can see all foam.
Right.
When you watch the original, it's a lot more bearable. It is. I miss the old theater experience. I lucked out in Boston. Like a typical double bill for me was $1.50, 2 movies, and I remember seeing a big one for me was Death Dream and a movie called Blood Eaters. And I guess Blood Eaters is called Toxic Zombies too.
Yes.
And they were two just shitty cheap. And I go back 3 times in the week to see it. A great double bill. I mean, Death Dreams are great. I love that movie.
I've got them both. I have them both on DVD.
You have the Toxic Zombies?
Yes.
Wow, yeah.
Garden of the Dead, it's called.
Oh my God! Because when I saw it, it was called Blood Eaters.
Yeah,
but that's how it was in Boston. I saw all the Italian ones, all the Italian zombie movies over there. I know, $1.50 too.
Oh my God!
I didn't realize.
I'm so jealous.
Old dirty floors and crappy seats.
Yeah, man, like the sticky floors. Yeah. Oh God.
They did the Planet of the Apes marathon too. They played 5 in a row, and I miss that. I do. I miss that.
Yeah. I mean that's what I like about like the Alamo Draft Houses is the fact that they will keep like a screen open for some older film, and they'll bring in like I'm lucky because we're close enough to the city where some pretty major people will come in and screen films. And like we had William Lustig, Maniac, Infamy, and oh god, we've had a bunch, and of course with the COVID and everything, who knows if that place is still going to stay open, but
semi-normal.
Yeah.
I got I don't have the title for it yet. I'm going to kind of bust it out here. First time I'm talking about it, but Ricky Bird of Hectic Films is making a very different type of slasher movie. I guess Caroline Williams is in talks to come down. It's a James Duvall, I guess, has already signed on to play a governor, but it's basically a oil field town where the governor wants to kind of shut the oil fields down and go green. And there's a tragic accident, and there's a guy from an oil field that comes back as a kind of Freddy Krueger-ish type guy who has, I guess when he touches his victims, they burn with the oil and all this. And I'm actually playing the killer. And it's going to be wild because the deaths in it all take place with blunt force trauma instruments from the oil fields, the machinery from the oil fields. So I'm telling you, once I can get the name from Ricky and once I can kind of advertise it a little bit, I will definitely let you guys know, because it's, wow, from what I've seen, it is just bloody. And it's going to have a lot of good horror icons in it. So Caroline Williams, doll, man. I worked with her in a movie called Killer Rose. She's an absolute doll. Just fantastic actress. Doesn't take herself serious.
That's cool.
That. Great lady. So that's one.
Let's give your Familiar Spirit trailer
that's Ricky Bird too. This kid's a genius.
Feel bad for that. No demons. What? Yeah. So no demons. No, not you crazy. I really wanted a little off dimension. I put the fucking camera. I mean, I know the little tricks you guys do. Is it off? It's off. There's the tapes. There's your fucking story. Leave me alone. Leave me out of it. This guy did this. We're done. You understand that? That's it. We're done. Well, thank you. Yeah, whatever.
It's not gonna be okay. It's not gonna be okay.
Oh, that was a sweet looking demon.
That's Lionel Washington. The guy's like 6'8", and Chelsea Newman, great actress, was in that too. She's just a really solid actress. That was a fun movie. As you can see, I played Officer Two Chins in that one. Those low camera angles kill you.
Hey man, you make a very convincing cop. That's all I'm saying.
Ricky just completed a family type sci-fi thing called The Video Store with Kelly Maroney in it, from Chopping Mall and
oh wow,
that's about a UFO attack in Bakersfield, California. He used miniatures, and so that will be out soon. I played a redneck in that one, so
nice.
Talk about casting, right?
A redneck with a Boston accent would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
on Amazon Prime. A bunch of Ricky's movies are on there, like Border Brothers and all that. But there's one on there called As a Man Drives. If you like a nice psychological Alfred Hitchcock type mind bend, As a Man Drives. Check that out on Amazon Prime.
Okay,
it's cool. Yeah.
I was thanks for saying that, because I was going to ask you, like, where can we see these films? So
a lot of them on Prime, right now, and out on DVD. Hecticfilms.com got a lot of his DVDs on there. And, that one, As a Man Drives, is a really cool. Oh, Machine Gun Baby. They said that was one of the most vicious movies of 2019 or something. Some of the reviewers. That's about a baby that survives at an abortion clinic and comes back and wipes everybody out. Yeah. I guess
wow.
Yeah, the tagline on that one was "This time the baby chooses."
Oh man.
So,
I gotta
that's
go
on
see
Amazon Prime. It's crazy. It's like a trauma movie. Definitely. I played the guy that ran the abortion clinic. So it's nuts. It is. It's crazy.
Oh, that sounds great.
Well, let's give that trailer a look.
You're gonna get banned from Facebook, probably.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Heather decided to wait until the last minute for her abortion. Good thing for her, Dr. Spurlock didn't care if she was practically in her 4th trimester. He would perform the procedure if the money was right. That would be the biggest mistake either of them would ever make.
What is your problem? You know what? I kill babies every day. You don't see me prancing around like some celebrity.
God forgive me.
Oh man, that's badass. Oh wow. It's like It's Alive, but like packing heat.
Yeah, that's probably ironic. That would be the one that keeps me out of heaven. Wow. Yeah. When I read the script, I said, "Ricky, really? What are you doing?" That was crazy. You know, it's ironic. I like As a Man Drives, I thought I did some of my best work in that film. I got nominated, didn't get anything, which is okay, but I was nominated in Machine Gun Baby and won Best Actor for Machine Gun Baby. So
that's awesome.
I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's just crazy. I guess that film won like 5 awards.
No shit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the one that
I don't
they'll
know.
remember you for.
I hope not. Yeah.
Oh man, I can't. I mean, it's how do you work so much? Your filmography is just ridiculous.
I am so blessed. I love it. Ever since I was a kid, in Boston, I ran around, wanted to act. I wanted to, like, I saw Jaws was held over for like 5 weeks at the theater where we had it. I saw Jaws literally, no lie, probably 14 times on the big screen. We went. And I said, I want to do that. In Boston, there was really, at the time, there was no opportunity, really, little bit. Now it's pretty good. But I moved out here and bang, just thank God. I did a lot of extra work, though. I did a lot of guy eating spaghetti background stuff.
Right.
So you have to, you
Right.
know. But no, I'm actually blessed. I got a film I'm starting to film next month for Matt Sconce called Girl on the Mountain. And I don't know how to take this, but when he wrote the script, he said, I wrote this guy with you in mind. And I was like, no way, really? I'm reading the script. It's a great script. And I start reading my character. He's a huge scumbag. But yeah, I am absolutely that role, but it's a cool thriller. It's a real cool about a deaf girl out in a storm up in Yosemite being chased by these really bad characters. And the script was very impressive. I was like, I am on board with this. And it's funny, when I auditioned, I sent an audition tape, and they got back to me and said, yeah, that was good, but we'd like to see you do the intense scene in page 76. It was where I guess I got the girl by gunpoint and I'm screaming at this other guy. So I grabbed my little granddaughter and put a hair curling eye into her head, and I auditioned that and got it.
That's awesome. Oh, kick ass.
So, Girl on the Mountain. That's going to start filming up in Yosemite, I think, in beginning of July.
Awesome. Oh,
yeah.
Congratulations, man.
I thank all you guys for having me and helping me out and getting the word out there because I enjoy. But my favorite's horror, obviously. And I love playing the killers and I love playing bad guys. Yeah.
I would imagine that they would be the most fun.
We got one more trailer on the. We got one more trailer on the list. So tell us about Naked Zombie Girl.
Woo! Oh. That movie is killing it overseas. They actually contacted Ricky and want him to make a feature-length film. It's in the works right now. That's probably one of his biggest things. He made a short. It's like 25 minutes or whatever. But the makeup and the characters, there's a comic book of it. I got to get you guys next time. I got to get you. It's one issue, but it's really cool. But look at the makeup in this. I got to play the boss zombie, the antagonist zombie that just keeps coming. So it was cool. I got to get chainsawed. The makeup artist, Nick Reisinger, on that. He worked in that TV show, Grimm. So he did all my makeup. It actually looks like half my face is torn open. You can see my back teeth and everything. But check out the zombies in this and check out the Naked Zombie Girl, too. She's pretty good, too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Three days after the apocalypse, the dead will walk the earth. Mankind's fate rests in the hand of one woman, and in her other hand is her chainsaw. Naked Zombie Girl. Outnumbered. Outcast. And out of time. She must cut her way through the night to survive. Suspense. Excitement. Horror. Mystery. Naked Zombie Girl. Coming soon.
Great zombie makeup there. And you know what? It actually makes sense. It makes sense for her to be naked because if she's always getting covered in blood, that way she can just hop in the shower and just rinse the blood off and not worry about like ruining her clothes.
And did you see that very original way she loses her dress getting caught in the car?
Yeah. Oh, that looks fun.
That one's actually, the whole film is actually on YouTube right now. So anybody who wants to go watch it, it's a fun movie. I mean, I had a real good time on that one. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, the actual the female in there is Megan. She's a pretty cool chick, you know. So.
I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I think it's Chardane.
I never tried because I'm going to get it wrong, but yeah, it's Megan Chardane, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in a movie with her called Trespass to Terror, where I was a hillbilly chasing a bunch of college kids around in the woods, and she's a very nice girl, real cool. I think Ricky. I don't know if Ricky's asking her back for the feature or not, but yeah, she did a great job. I mean, to have a bunch of people around while she did that, I mean, it takes a lot of guts, you know. Got to
Yeah,
give her
it
a lot
does.
of credit. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a lot of props on that.
I got to see Ricky. Oh, sorry, but I got to see the director's son, Ricky Jr. It's like 14-year-old kid. I get to see him go through puberty while they filmed that thing. He hung around every night. That kid hung around every night. Dad, can I move this? Can I help you? He doesn't help him on his other films, but Naked Zombie Girl, he was in.
You can't blame him. You can't blame him.
That's awesome. So the next movie you're going to be working on, you said, is going to be with Ricky again?
Well, actually, I think next week I'm doing The Beast Beneath with Dustin Ferguson. That's a TV movie, like a sci-fi movie. And then I'll be working on Drained with Sherry Davis and Joe Castro. I think that's for one of the Shutter TV shows. Or Sherry Davis is an actress in a lot of stuff, and she's directing it. And Joe Castro's doing the effects in it. It's a cool little twist again. The name's Drained, so it's pretty cool. So I'd be doing that, and then Girl on the Mountain, and then hopefully some more stuff after that. But it looks like probably till late July, early August, I'm busy, so that's good. It can dry up at any time. That's how it works.
Yeah.
You know? Phone can stop ringing any minute, so I do what I can. Yeah.
So tell us about like probably the most amazing experience you've had. Like the most amazing experience.
Wow, there's been a few. I think for me, a fun one was down in Morro Bay. We worked on a movie called Dead Things, and in the same room, we had Lynn Lowry, Brink Stevens, Felissa Rose, and Darren Miller all in scenes together.
Oh,
so that was kind of, I was in that. That was fun because you had a bunch of horror. Like Lynn Lowry's worked with Romero and Paul Schrader and everything, so we got to hear, in between scenes, I got to pump them for information. Brink Stevens has been in like 300 movies.
Yeah, she has.
Got like a ton of stories, and that was a pretty big thing for me. Another one with the same movie, we had Reggie Bannister and Joe Estevez at my house.
Nice.
Yeah, we filmed a poker scene with all of us sitting around playing poker, and they're at my house. It was just kind of weird, ironic that 25, 30 years before that, I'm watching Reggie Bannister driving. Now he's at my house eating pizza. It's kind of
surreal.
I got directed by Sylvester Stallone. That was a kind of a cool thing where he personally directed me in something. So in Rocky Balboa, the movie Rocky Balboa, that was kind of cool meeting him because I don't know what people say about him being kind of stuffy and stuff. I didn't see it at all, man. That guy was super nice.
That's
really
great.
So I've been
My
blessed.
ex-husband's parents live in Sylvester Stallone's old house on Kauai.
Oh my God. Yeah, he's a great guy.
They had to gut the inside of it and raise the countertops 3 inches because he's that short.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know when I got my picture with him, he was kind of like wanting me to scrunch down. Some of them take that a little bit, but he was super nice. I mean, and my dad took me to Rocky in like 1976, and here it is again. I'm in Las Vegas on the set of Rocky Balboa for 2 days. It's just, God works in mysterious ways, man.
Indeed, he does.
Yeah.
What was your role in Rocky Balboa?
I was just they called me a high roller. And actually, I'm in a couple of the last fight scenes, but my big scene, even on the DVD extras, I didn't see it, but we were throwing ice at, I think his name was Mason Dixon, the bad guy the guy Rocky fights at the end.
Right.
They showed him at the beginning a couple of his fights, and we're whipping ice at him and stuff, and it didn't make the movie. But I stood out there. And you know who I hung with for 2 days on the set every day was Burt Young.
No shit.
Yeah, another
That's
one.
great.
Plays a dick in the Rocky movies, Paulie.
Of course.
Can't be nicer. The guy was absolutely the nicest guy. We sat together for 2 days. We just talked about life in general. He's a painter too. He paints like paintings and stuff. He's a very talented man. But
that's interesting.
Yeah,
I know that there are a lot of, for some reason, there are a lot of actors who are also painters, and evidently they say it's because, that phone could stop ringing, and it's like you want to have something creative that you can do rather than, just go out of your mind or start drinking or whatever.
Mine is just a love for it. I love it. I love playing a different character. I do play a lot of heavies, a lot of mobsters and all that, but every once in a while I get a cool role that's different, like unfortunately it was the abortion doctor, but I got to play a doctor, so it was different. And I, went into it saying, I got to do this different. And Girl on the Mountain, it's going to be a little different for me, something a little different. So.
And you got to play Sasquatch.
Yeah, oh boy. Yeah. Yes, I did. I'm going to get you for that one.
Sorry.
Yeah,
because I would consider that a point of pride personally, but
yeah. I was on that one for a couple days, and then went to the premiere and didn't realize it was like a Cinemax movie. So,
oh wow!
It was one of those. I'm not a prude or anything. It's
right. But it wasn't the movie you thought it was.
No, I was like, I'm playing Bigfoot. I don't need to read the script. I'm not, So I didn't read the script, and I got there, and then they say, "Oh, this is the scene where you sneak into the tent and you have you have a relation with this girl," and it's not like vividly shown, but I was like, "What? Wait a minute!" It was crazy. My wife was up there, and then the actress's mom was there, and I ran over to her. I was like, "What's going on here? What's up? What's up?" And then I assured her nothing is going to go weird on this. And she's like, "Thank you." And she says, "I think you're more nervous than my daughter is." And I was just freaking out, kind of, I was like, yeah, that one was an experience. Great guy. The guy, him and his wife, the Murrays, Jeff Murray directed. He couldn't have treated me better, because I lost probably. What did I lose on that movie? About 12 pounds. There was 2 suits. There was a muscle suit and then a yak fur suit. And when we filmed, even in Oakhurst, which is unusual, when we filmed, it was like 107, 108 out. So, yeah.
Oh man, must have been suffocating in there.
You found that one, didn't you? Huh?
I was looking at your IMDb, profile, and of course, anything Sasquatch stands out to me. So we are a squatching culture after all.
Brian got me. He got me.
That doesn't help your reputation, Brian.
Dude, I started worrying about my reputation a long time ago. My reputation, took the dust a long time ago.
He's got an animal fetish.
No, we joke around with him about it.
Don't say that Sasquatch is an animal. He's a sentient being.
He is a furry.
Well, no, actually, he's a hairy.
Brian's serious about it when he classifies the difference between a furry and a hairy.
Yes.
Or the different level of a werewolf.
Right.
And he smoked pot too, because he smoked pot in Bigfoot's Wild Weekend with some hippies. So Bigfoot can party a little bit. Yeah,
oh, sweet. I get along with him.
Yeah,
that's funny. That's great. So why don't we let your trailer roll? Anything that you want to plug before we let your acting roll?
I would just say go on Amazon Prime and look at some of the Hectic Films movies. get ready for Camp Terror. That one's going to be, if you like Friday the 13th and that type of practical effects, Madman, The Burning, you're going to like Camp Terror a lot. I do have Girl on the Mountain coming up, and Dustin Ferguson's got 2 horrors with me, The Beast Beneath and Hell of the Screaming Undead. So
oh yeah,
check them out, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. It was awesome being on this.
Oh man, it was a blast. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
And thanks for the Night Train to Terror poster.
That was nice meeting you.
It made me feel safe.
My mind is still blown, dude. My mind is still
you were a
blown.
horror fan when I saw that. I can't even read the writing on it from here, but I can see the knife in the. I knew exactly what it was. Felt at home.
Wow. If I had a hat, it would be
God
off
bless
to you,
you
sir.
guys. Thanks for letting me plug all my crap. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. We're gonna right now we're gonna play his actor reel, so you guys can see a bunch of his little clips, and then after the actor reel is over, we're gonna end the stream. We'll come back before it's done, and then we'll all say goodbye, and then we'll end the stream.
Okay.
So that's basically what we're doing. So everybody, here we go with this. We're gonna let this roll. Full screen it.
What's this information I'm going to want to hear? What was I couldn't hear you? Hey, speak up.
I got information about Mr. Denari and his operations.
Cough it up.
On the job first.
Man, you got a lot of nerve. What makes you think I'll give a little scumbag like you a job?
Because I got the inside track on Mr. Denari and his operation.
Yeah, I heard that. Listen, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Vincent. First of all, look at me when I'm talking to you. Your eyes are all over the fucking place. Listen to me. This information you give me, if it's no good, I'm going to guarantee you 2 things are going to happen to you. Got me? Guess what the first one is? I'm going to kill you. The second one's real important, so look at me. And listen. The second one is I'm going to kill you slow. You understand me? I need you to go to L.A. for me. He's going to give you the diamond. You give him the money. I already got the buyers in place, and I'll tell you what. If this goes good, there's going to be a little something in for all of us. Good. I need you guys to be careful, real careful, especially you, Ash. I know you know these guys. I know you knew. I feel bad for that. Whatever. Listen, I'm not even supposed to be doing this type of thing, Doc. I'm in a lot of trouble for this. No demons in there. But you know what you got on your story? There's some pretty sick and twisted stuff on these evidence videos you need to look at. What? Yeah, I got them right here.
So no.
Hey, boys, we don't want any of that
Yeah,
this morning.
bullshit. Hey, got a fucking problem, Chief?
Yeah, looks like we got 3 problems.
I think he's had enough. Hey, bud, if you knew what's good for you, you get in your car and get out of here, or I'll put your dental plan into effect.
Hey! Hey, lady! Can you see the sign? Guess what? This is private fucking property. Hey! Hey, it's a party. Where you going? Come on back and party with the boys. I'm talking to you.
Things have been tough at the office.
Well, your boss has been riding you, has he, child? Well, I've been riding you with my rent. Friday, or you're out. You understand that? Come on up, child. I'm gonna bite you. You're looking good today. Friday, the date, right? Oh, I'd like to be riding now. Hey, remember the lyrics to that song? Huh? Come on, you know that I Fought the Law song? Fuck it.
Hey, you think he's gonna make it in General Pop?
I think the question is, are you gonna make it?
The fuck's that supposed to mean?
I mean, come on, think about it. You're a blood relative. You're the escorting officer with a high-profile fugitive. Man, anybody finds this shit out, there's gonna be a ton of empty lockers over there. And I'll tell you what, if the shit does hit the fan, mine ain't gonna be one of them. You got me? Think about it. This guy is fucked over the Mexican mafia. He's heading to Lerdo, and I guarantee he doesn't even make it through the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen to me. And I'll tell you another thing. No more favors. This is it. You understand? No more.
All right, all right.
Yeah. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law. You got that one for being a bitch. Now, you know what you're going to do? You're going to find the people who have my weed, and you're going to bring it back to me today. Today. You're not going to ask for it. You're going to take it. You understand? You're a fuck up. You're an embarrassment. Get those two tatted up whores out of my fucking house now.
Not whores, they're nice.
Oh, they're fucking angels. Angels.
It's my own house, Dad.
Out. What the hell is wrong with you? What do you think? I don't know what you're doing with a woman in there?
Well, I didn't until you yelled my name.
Look, all I need you to do, clean this shithole up and don't touch patients. Is that hard? I think we talked about this, less than a week ago? Don't touch the patients.
Right.
Don't touch the patient. Oh, speaking of, if this fucking check doesn't clear, you and Frankenstein here in a world of shit. Hey, buddy. Ooh, takeout bag. All for you. Well, I got a busy schedule, so I think we're done here. Exits that way. Bye-bye. See you again. Shit. Yes. I know you're not happy. This one's gonna have to do. Your little favorite room, number 8, electrical problems. Nothing I can do about it. What do you think I'm running here? 5-star hotel that caters to you? Okay, so anyway, what is your problem? You know what? I kill babies every day. You don't see me prancing around like some celebrity.
Jesus H. Christ!
Hank, what are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? You know what? Can you give me 1 minute? I just gotta clear my head.
Sure you do. After what you did.
After what I did, I just finished what you started. Damn! There's nothing on this video. It's gonna drive me crazy. Preachers on every channel. Yeah, that's the last thing I need right now is to be preached at. You think God even really cares?
God damn it, get out here! Why did you even ride out here with me? Just to fuck with me? Are you gonna help me or not?
Gotta be kidding me. I know it's not down deep down inside you. Now I got you. Look at you. Just every bit of this. Every fucking bit of this. So I get the other half after we Yes, and if confirmed contamination, component as well. Sounds good to me, buddy. Hey, what about this doctor over here? You want me to waste him? No, we'll handle the doctor. That's too bad, because that guy there, I do him for nothing. These pictures are what, 20 years old? My father, he died working the Lipton investigation. We have literally dozens of cold cases, missing persons. I still review the files whenever it gets slow down at the station, but to answer your question, I recognize every single one of these kids.
Yeah, copy that.
The guys are on foot. They might be heading to Reynolds' place. Go there for backup and wait till I contact you.
Hey, did you hit the truck? What's wrong with you?
Notice, we're already here.
Hey, you two, knock it off!
He keeps coming to you.
Listen, you got a vehicle about 10 miles from here. Get the men together, head out, 2 vehicles. I want to see where they're headed. Come on. Go.
It's an old model, sir.
I don't kick a rat's ass. Get it fixed.
Frank, since we began, how many of you killed?
Sir? I don't remember, sir.
Do they scare you, Frank? Guess what? You're back on gate duty, and I want that broadcast within the hour. And another thing, you screw this up, so help me God, you're gonna find yourself on the wrong side of that gate. Do you read me?
Yes, sir.
You up and get the case.
You going off with some guy? I don't even know who is this guy.
Jordy's my friend.
Your friend.
Yes, and he takes great pictures.
So that okay. Oh, I didn't know that. That makes it all better. He takes great pictures.
Yeah, and I've been there 100 times. I'm fine.
I hate this, but I'm gonna do it. Call me, please.
No, Audrey wouldn't do that. Hey, you know what? I hate to say this, guys, but I think we could be doing more than we're doing right now.
There's a whole lot going on and nothing to go on. I'm going to go back to the station, talk to a family. I'll be back in the morning. Bill, go home. Go find your girl.
Understood. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just, it's just a lot. Thank you.
In the water? What was pulling your back?
Something's wrong. Something's in the water.
We gotta code 4 in the rec room. Code 4 in the rec room.
Give me some Forestine now.
Turn it off, Freddie. Okay, all right.
Excellent. Impressive. Dude, you got to do a Western?
Yeah, Mabel. Yeah.
How much fun was that?
And awesome. Filmed that out in Bakersfield, out in the mountains. It was awesome. I always wanted to play. I wish it was a short, but I wish, man, eventually Ricky will probably get around to doing a feature. I always wanted to play like an old agent gunslinger or something, It was fun. It was fun.
That's awesome. Drew.
Isn't the Broads Booze?
What's that?
Isn't that one the feature link?
Yeah.
Isn't the Broads
Booze,
Booze
Broads,
one
and
the feature
Blackjack?
link?
Yeah, that was filmed in Vegas and Syracuse, New York, and L.A. Yeah. Vincent Pastore, he played Big Pussy in The Sopranos, was in it. Yeah.
Very
That's
cool.
a good one. If you like mob movies, you'll like that one.
Yeah, excellent. Well, it sounds like a great movie. I actually, I know Ricky a little bit, not real well, but we're obviously in the same area, so I know a lot of these guys.
Very talented guy. Very talented guy. And he'll do a horror movie. Then the next thing you know, he does a family movie. Then he does something like Machine Gun Baby. Then he does, it's just amazing. He covers everything. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Drew, you're lagging a little bit,
what's
homeboy.
that?
You're lagging
Am I?
a little.
Am I lagging?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and sign off anyway. So sorry about the lag. You know, I'm feeding several computers into at the same time here.
We were just pointing it out. It wasn't an accusation.
Yeah, I got you. I know what you're saying to me, man. Yeah. No. Anyway, thank you very much, DT. We're really glad to have you on. We'll probably have you back.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
When you got something to promote, you know what I mean? You know, we'll probably bring you back. Maybe a couple people from the cast or something. You know what I mean? And
I'm always pimping something. No, I'm messing with you. Yeah, maybe when Camp Terror is finally out, I'll get you guys an exclusive thing or something. I can get Sam on here, Ricky, or maybe sometime from the set. Maybe from the set of his Flash, I can get Kelly Maroney and someone like that, James Duvall, to come on.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, we'll do that.
That'd be fantastic. Okay. Yeah,
you got it.
Thank you, everybody who in the chat who came to watch. Thank you, DT, for showing up. We're going to sign off. DT, don't log out. We're going to talk about backstage a little bit. So.
Thanks to everybody in the chats. Hail Metal